Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Oilers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Time running out here on the play clock. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Throwing Rivers. Throw left side, complete to Ross. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gives him a new set of downs. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And the play clock's running down. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. A very solid gain of 27. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
The intended receiver, Andre Ellington. And now it's second down. To throw again, Rivers. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's third and short. Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run. The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean. They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
From the gun, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's second down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Second down, Rivers. Throw left side, complete. It's Gordon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Andre Ellington, his first carry. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing again. Stafford. Walker with a grab. Left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. That good for 19 and a first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we do
first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd down following the run. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Stafford. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. On 1st down, Stafford here. And Walker with it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the defense. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
All right, now, look at 56. Look, one now, a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
The play clock's running down. They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. First and 10, Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Play clock winding down. The first down throw here for Rivers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Oh, he stays up. Broken tackle. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again. And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle. And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got. And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding. On the ground, this is Ware. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points. You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And now out comes Houston. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
And a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Ready, set 180. Check. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Kerry Wynn in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. 3rd and long, it's Stafford. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to the early lead. Andrew Luck leading the charge offensively. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Rivers from the gun on third down. Going deep downfield for Roll. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there on third down. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The slot man in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1 yard line. They'll try to front Houston. Josh Gordon, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Stafford going for the deep ball. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, I can see he's looked pretty good to this point. fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Fowler in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Ellington, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rivers, and incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and the lead extends. It's 15-0. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run again with Ware. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run it here. Ware. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Jeremy Langford is in. He gets the carry. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's got Snead. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Oh, thank you. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Back to throw, Stafford. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10, Stafford again.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Stafford now to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And McManus able to put it through. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Rivers now on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Check, Patriot! Patriot! Good! Black 15!
Third and long for Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. And they're going to go soft on the corners. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break, as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Oilers are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Chargers just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Offense out now following the INT. Defense is going to come away with the sack. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Oilers with it now early in the 2nd. Gordon's targeted coming across the middle. He caps off the 7-play drive with a score. That takes the lead up to 12. Midway through the 2nd quarter, Alexander's going to take down the QB here. This will go as a loss of 10. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the 2nd half. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Trying to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. This is Allington. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. It can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
He was trying to find O.J. Howard. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. O.J. Howard, his third touchdown now on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about let him get downfield?
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Stafford. Snead's got it. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a first down?
Well, that's the deal. On 3rd down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable 3rd down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays. We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. They'll run now with Ware. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
All right, here we go. Hey. 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the interception here, Rivers. That's caught by Butler over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really say? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, Rivers. He checks it down here to Ellington. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like...
Now Ellington lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On the run, it's Ware. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is Incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Complete outright to Kurz. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's back now here on EA Sports. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride.
Go down. They got him for a sack. Larry Ogunjobi able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is caught, and he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the gun, Rivers. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And the lead will grow by one more. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out come the Chargers. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Throwing is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Dumps that off to Ware. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's Ellington, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, they run with Ellington. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's Rivers. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is knocked down from the side, right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. The play clock's running down. To throw is Rivers. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Spencer Ware and the rest of his offense retaking the field. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustment, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there'll be creases. Find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
3rd and 2, Stafford. They'll leave this for Ware. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks, right near midfield. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the 50, Stafford. And that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Second and 10, Stafford again. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's brought down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Here's Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the 1st down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the 1st down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So now a 1st and 20.
Watch 82. Watch 82. He likes to sneak out late. Watch 82. Hey, 22.
Throwing again is Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fitzgerald. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
False start offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Again, it's Stafford. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been...
You're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
On the ground, Ellington. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Play clock winding down. Rivers now on 2nd down. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. That's complete. It's Gordon. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Now, defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
1st down, Rivers. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And let's see, 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on third and goal. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden.